Rakdos walls. Okay. Well, color me fucking curious what's happening here. I mean, the name of the deck is very descriptive of what is happening here, but... The deck's entire game plan is to drain people out with cards like Jaws of Defeat or one-shot people with Soul Immolation and high toughness walls. To each opponent, I see. I've had this deck for about 1.5 years, and it used to be a secret commander with Blight Pile. No real... I was figuring, like, do we have Blight Pile in here? And in fact, I don't think Blight Pile still is in here. I think you've cut it, which is fair. Because I don't see a lot of Blight Piling happening. It was probably too slow, right? I'm really bad at self-evaluating decks, and I'm mainly looking to get this put into a bracket. I want to try to make it a bracket too. I play with a regular pod, and they think this deck is doing more than I think it does. I've one-shot the table with Tree Perdition and Soul Immolation before, and I just don't know where the baseline is. I'd put Duretti in the command zone if I could, and then the Moxfield Link. Okay, so Godspeed, Bango Scrumpus. You're my strongest warrior for sure. So I imagine okay. We have Marvin and we have Tree of Perdition, so I hear. No, Tree of Perdition got cut. No, it's here. So this is maybe a little fast. I mean, okay. Deep breath. Let's talk. This combo is, in my opinion, very bracket 3 or up. It's not really bracket 2 or up. I wouldn't expect a precon of sorts to have the answer to Marvin on turn 2, Tree of Perdition on turn 4, regardless of how funny it is. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you a sideboard, and the sideboard will be the, like, here's how to make it bracket 3 easily pile. And I think Marvin's a little much. I think Soul Immolation Tree of Perdition is fine. This is okay. It's on the edge, but it's okay. Marvin, I think, is just too fast, too consistent with the Tree of Perdition. Like, this one a Pioneer tournament. Like, Pioneer's not a real format, but still, like, having a tournament record is, like, a little bit on the edge of 3 and 2. More so than this is here. But I do love this combo a lot. I think we could get better things than Gamble. So we just have 0 game changers. That's the only reason why I'm cutting Gamble. It's not like Gamble's a bad card. It's more of a bracket kind of thing. All 3 Pioneer players are going to be upset you said that. Exactly. I kind of want to just explore the walls and defenders that we're not playing. And then... Oh my god, I'm so out of it. My fingers aren't working. I do like Concealing Curtains. This card's a lot of fun. Reveals their hand. Because I'm kind of into the idea of making this like a red flicker deck with Jaxus. So, when it comes to Blight Pile, did you just find that this was too slow? Didn't work well with Jaws of Defeat? Like, what can I get a little word here, Eli? I imagine that's what that yeah was earlier, is that you just felt like it was kind of too slow. Which I could believe. I could certainly believe that this was too slow for you. Yeah, I couldn't get enough defenders out for it. Okay. Yeah, I could buy that. I'm going to just drop it in considering for a second, because maybe we could find a way to make it work, but... Let's see. these defenders. Ideally high toughness defenders. Pit automaton. Spend this mana only to activate abilities. Where can we use that? Because I imagine there's some walls with some abilities. Kinda. I don't know if I like Colossus of Akros. It is just not working with Jaws of Defeat at all. Pit Automaton would work. I don't think we're adding Smeg to your deck. Colossus isn't great. Yeah, exactly. I don't like Colossus. This is definitely a very interesting color combo for defenders. Target creature gets haste until end of turn. Ooh. It's kind of fun. With Karazakar? Whenever you attack a player. That could be something. Crashing Drawbirds? Yeah, I mean, like, I like it enough. I can get that back in. I think I like Tuk Rubble Fort better than Battle Rampart. This is some good threat of activation here. Just like all your creatures can't be blocked unless you don't care about the things attacking or you're blocking with. They're ready, of course. Yeah, Tuk Rubble Fort. I like the Wall of Blood. That's fun. Just Raccoona, you're here. Hello. Tony's here, by the way. I'm Tony. I see. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. You posted that in YouTube and Twitch chat. That's fire. Wall of Blood is a funny combo card too, no? Yes, but it's risky. If you put all of your life into Wall of Blood and then you target it with the funny immolation and your opponent removes it, you have just, like, hung yourself out to dry. You know what I mean? Like, it's high risk is all. A Crow and Horse could be fun with Karazakar. They just always have creatures you can goad. It's not, like, that bad. It's fine, though. Other creatures get +X where X is this creature's power. Crow and Horse topical in it. Yeah, dude, the fucking popcorn buckets are out of control, man. Those things are like $70. Fuck that. Ooh, create eggs with Defender on landfall? Don't mind if I do. Hi, Elk. I'm here. I do following you, and I'm late. That's fine. Oh, dear heavens. You're 20 minutes late to the stream starting. I guess we just can't do the deck review. I guess it's just... sigh. You're just too late. 20 minutes into our 4-hour stream. It's over. No, it's fine. Don't worry. Okay. So I like the nesting dragon. That already feels good. I like the gates. That's fun. You have Basilisk Gate and all these gates. Sure. That feels pretty bracket too. I mean, maybe you're in a very green meta. At least 2 more lands. That seems like a lot, though. I'd rather you just run a Worn Power Stone, in all honesty. No, I missed out on channel points. I see. Bummer. Choose flying, first strike, trample, or shadow. Target creature with that ability loses it until end of turn. Another target creature gains that ability. That's fun. You're allowed some more goofy and whimsy than in bracket 3. I don't think I like Oubliette in bracket 2. That's just a vibes thing for me. It's not technically true by like concrete definitions. It's just not something I'm a big fan of. I like the idea of Omen Machine if we find a way to break the parity of players can't draw cards. Like, how are we doing that? Because in my opinion, Karazakar is one of the best commanders at drawing cards in Rakdos. So I'm a little iffy about the Omen Machine being here. Is this just like a pet card? What's happening here? What's the idea? Because it's a little lost on me. I'm trying not to. Is this just like an 6 mana pet card, rather? Trying to copy it with the ready. I see. Okay. I mean, I think that's awful, but it's probably just okay. It's a bad card. Okay. For me, I think the first thing I want to add to your deck is Goblin Engineer. Because this goes and grabs a lot of different things. First things first, it grabs Walking Bulwark. That's kind of fun. It can entomb the Walls of Bossing, say, and Omen Machine for Duretti. That's another line for Goblin Engineer. In fact, we have so many artifacts, we could just do a Duretti, and we already have Arena of Glory. So Duretti Rocketeer Engineer enters, you sacrifice an artifact, you trash for treasure. It's a trash for treasure Titan. 5 mana, graveyard to the battlefield, or you sack an artifact, bring something back. You swing with it with Arena of Glory haste. You do it again. That feels pretty okay. You have Tuk Tuk Rebel for it as well. Exile each opponent's graveyard. I mean, I suppose. Generally not a fan of Bedevil. Hex. Okay. Maybe Solemn, slightly too slow. That's fine. Parker Luck. I mean, our curve isn't that high. We don't have like a Keen Duelist, which is what I would run first over that. Okay. So we freed up a couple spots. My first thought is like, let's get a Liquid Metal Torque in here. Liquid Metal Torque is really nice with some of your artifact removal. Just turning into any non-land permanent removal. That's kind of fun. I like that. And plus, we want to ramp a little bit in this deck. Our curve is a little clunky. Then... hang on. I want to look at TDC. ID equals black. Because I want to see if there's... okay, Blightfield was in the pre-con. Because if we're taking Jaws of Defeat from the pre-con, I'm wondering what else a Wizards of the Coast designer thought about. If that makes sense. X is that creature's power. Or X is the sacrifice creature's toughness. It's okay. Not gonna lie, not very impressed. Now let's look for O colon toughness. Sort MV. Because I think we can run a few cards that are a little interesting. The first one I'm thinking about is like the Disciple of Gristlebrand effects and Mirren effects. Let's check our budget really quick. Are we okay with adding a $15 land? Because I do think Mirren's pretty decent in your deck. So what do we think here? And then we can kind of pivot this into a life gainy kind of list. Yeah? Okay. I'm no price issues. Okay. I made your mom a moaning well last night. Oh, you're already mod. I can't mod you again. That's terrible. That will just have to go unrewarded. Anyway, Disciple Perseverance. Sacrifice a creature. Gain life equal to sacrifice the creature's toughness. Super mod. It's that creature's power. Sad. What are some good card advantage things for mono red? You have a lot of options. So you can do Impulse Draw. If you are a very expensive red deck, like let's say your average mana value curve thing is like 3 to 4 with lands, then and I wouldn't really trust Impulse Draw to really get you all the way there. So I would probably go with Looting and Rummaging effects with Squee. You can run Goblin Matron to find Squee really easy, Imperial Recruiter to find Squee, and then you can just pitch him to discard, draw 2, and then, you know, upkeep, he comes back to your hand. That's kind of fun. You could do that with flashback stuff too. You know, things that want to get put in the graveyard. Madness cards, another good way to go about doing that. Clive, yeah, Clive's a pretty strong way to do it. There's a lot of effects that discard your whole hand. Like there's Hex Magic. Exile your whole hand. You can cast them until the end of your next turn. Replace your entire hand. There's a few ways to do card advantage like that. You could also just kill your opponents. That's a pretty red way to get card advantage, because if you have 0 life, your cards don't mean anything. Yeah, so long story short, you have options. You have options. Yeah, you can do ETB stuff with like Kiki Jiki too. Those Kiki Jiki cards. Whenever a creature with toughness 4 or greater is put into your graveyard from the battlefield, you may exile it. At the beginning of your end step, if you have 3 or more cards exiled with their artifacts, sacrifice it. If you do, return those cards to the battlefield under the owner's control. Seems pretty good. I like that. I enjoyed the sound of that object. You could do like Consuming Vapors, target yourself, and then sack like a 30 life object. or 30 toughness object. At that point, maybe you just no target opponent. Yeah, so it needs to be consuming vapors, and you target yourself, and then you gain life. So I like converting toughness into life. We kind of have this theme going through black now, which is very interesting because there's a lot of cards that pay off life gain in that way, and it feels kind of drainy, similarly to Jaws of Defeat, which is making me perk up a little about this deck. Whenever a creature dies, you gain life equal to its toughness. What does Grevin say exactly? You draw cards equal to that creature's power and lose life equal to that creature's toughness. That's right. Call me crazy. I don't think that's good in our defender deck. Oh. Let me bump my mouse. To me, this is the most relaxing thing in the world, by the way. Just like fucking slowly scrolling through like one word Scryfall search. Can't get enough of it. Kazul. I don't like Kazul in this deck. Can you explain maybe your reasoning on why you like him? Because he doesn't work well with Goad, in my opinion. Because he's like too one-sided. Built Grevin and hated it. Yeah, Grevin is high risk, high reward. Definitely could be feast or famine, even though on the surface he's not quite there. Okay, the higher up we get, the less interested I am in these gameplay objects, I think. So, we have 103 cards. I think I do want to cut a Arid Archway, just because we got rid of the Explorer's Scope kind of object. And Rakdos Canarium, once again, because we got rid of the object that is catch-up ramp. We'll add one more swamp, and then I'm going to give you Sunken Citadel. Taps for 2 mana to activate abilities of lands. That's really good with Mirren the Moaning Well. That's really good with Basilisk Gate. That's really good for Baldur's Gate. That's really good for... It's okay with Arena of Glory. It's okay with Arena of Glory. It's good for Mezi's End, though. So, there we go. I'm a fan of that. Dude, he's mewing. Geode Rager? Why? So you okay? I'm hereby banning typing the name of a card and putting a question mark. I want a reason. What's the reason why I'm supposed to be excited about these? Because Geo Rager with my 5-mana commander, what are we... What? Why do I want Geo Rager? Okay, I need to read what Bullshack Dragon is. That name is awesome. Oh, it spawns. Shout out, hi spawns. That isn't real. Cool. Ristic Study, Psycho Mantis. Okay, great. Now that I've said it, I've banned it. Everyone's just gonna do it forever. Terrible. What a horrible life I lead. I like Beseech. That's kind of fun. Okay. So what do you think about like Veto, Thorn of the Dusk Rose? Whenever you gain life, each target opponent loses that much life. Enduring Tenacity, whenever you gain life, target opponent loses that much life. And then you run like Imperial Recruiter and Jaxus. The Imperial Recruiter's already in. Jaxus is not, though. So Imperial Recruiter can go and get Jaxus. Jaxus can copy Imperial Recruiter, get Veto. You can copy Imperial Recruiter next turn, get Walls of Bossing Say. You can discard it to Jaxus, get Reanimate. Or you don't get Reanimate, but if you have Reanimate, which I kind of like in this deck because it does fit the low toughness or low power, high toughness theme. So you can Reanimate Wall of Bossing Say, sack it to like Disciple of Gristlebrand, which you can tutor up with Jaxus. Gain 30 life. Oh my goodness, you gained 30 life? Great news about doing that. Your Veto triggers and drain someone for 30. So I think that's something, and it's multiple pieces that kind of don't coalesce until they're all kind of get together. So you're kind of building a doomsday machine in the corner and waiting, which is the pinnacle of bracket 2, in my opinion. The question is, what do we cut to make that work? And I think the answer is we can rely less on going wide with like shitty walls and kind of focus on like the walls that matter. You know what I mean? So like, let's maybe back off the goad theme a little bit. Like, we can just have Karazakar be a value engine. We don't need Karazakar to have goad support, per se. Maybe Scrawling Crawler out. Bazooka Bog would be fine to include. We do have Urza's Cave, which makes it a little bit more tantalizing. I could see that working out pretty well. Return the Favor's always been just too expensive in my mind. I like Untimely Malfunction because it blows up an artifact and it's 1 mana cheaper. Maximum Carnage. That's fair. Like, do we need Wall of Earth? I kind of doubt it. Do we need Wall of Granite? I kind of doubt it. Oh, also, Jaxus is great with Jaws of Defeat, right? You have Jaws of Defeat, you have a big fuck. Big fuck. Jaxus can dink, make a copy of a big fuck, and then Jaws of Defeat will trigger. Type wall. Do you have 10 gates for Maze's End? Yes. We do have 10 gates for Maze's End. You can do like Concealing Curtains. Yeah, I could buy that Concealing Curtains is the move. Unlicensed Hearse, that can also grow big toughness. Yes, but its power and toughness are not different when it enters, and it takes a long time to get up there. So I'm not a big fan. I didn't realize there's 10 gates in 2 colors. There's 10 gates in mono black. There's a game. So what it's not displaying right now is there's one gate that is not a gate on the type line. That's planar nexus. So there's 10 gates in black. Can I have a hot take? Sure. Gates is the most boring land deck strat. If we're talking Maze's End, sure. If we're talking Basilisk Gate, you're a moron. And that's my opinion. Gone Gate. Mono Black Great sounds so gross. It sounds totally asinine to me. It sounds fine. It sounds like it would not be that good. So 1 mana there, and then we're gonna go red, black, 1 to ready, plus to ready. Make a construct with Defender. Just very silly, I see. Yeah, I love not hitting my lands. That's cool. Well, our sample size is 1, so I can't really guess anything off of that. I mean, I'm not a big fan of missing my land drops. Like, so I think maybe we should go up to 39 land. Or you do have like Night's Whispers and stuff. I mean, a Rakdos Charm. Although destroy target artifact is a good mode. Zero two wall, sure. So type land. Oh, toughness. Just the Baxter building. This kind of combos with the Pit Automaton that turns the add 2 only for abilities into real mana. It also turns Sunken Citadel, add 2 mana for land abilities only, into real mana. And then you also just have the draw a card mode. That's kind of interesting, I think. Aurigel's Bloodfast. I don't think we're ever getting a fiberless life, even though the backside is a mirror in the Moaning Well. Okay. Playtest. Discard. Draw. Bloodstained Mire. Rock. Okay, we still have not learned the lesson that Surveil lands belong in every commander deck. Ideally over a tap land that doesn't matter. That does matter though, it's a gate. What gates are we running? 1, 2, 3. I guess we just should run all of them, huh? Makes Baldur's Gate the most consistent it can be. So here's what we can do. We can go up, Rock, Os, Thetor. Rock. There we go. And then cut a mountain for Sundering Eruption. Sundering Eruption just being a way to blow up a land instead of Ghost Quarter. That's still a color. Alright. Discard. Sure, I'll keep this hand. Draw. Scavenger Grounds Expedition Map. Thran Portal Name Mountain. 1, 2. Sack this. Height equals 2. Type land. Let's get Rakdos Go Get. Please remember that we are a bracket 2 deck. We do not need this deck to go super fast. It just needs to be fun. Okay, I think we activate the purse. 2. Pass that around. Get 2 treasure tokens. And then you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Karazakar. Attack a player, goad their creature. 1, 2. Off-nabbed goat. And 1, 2. Wall of Souls. Pay 1, draw a card, put a counter on this creature. Maybe some other people do that. I don't think you draw a card. You only draw a card when it dies. Okay. So 1, 2. Phyrexian Splicer. 1, 2, 3, 4. Beseech. Jaws of Defeat. Or we should have drawn a card because that person would have hit someone else. Anyway, this probably dies. We draw 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next turn. Swamp. Barrier of Bones. Each opponent loses 3 as a target player. Yeah, target opponent loses 3 life. 1, 2, 3, 4. Jaxus the Troublemaker. Couple of creatures can't block this turn. Swing Karazakar. And then we draw a card because they hit an opponent. Okay, so ideally we're doing something fun here. And it looks like the answer is we're not doing something fun right now, which does kind of suck. We can Barrier of Bones. Yeah, we can get rid of Sulphurous Springs, I think. Surveil 1. Graveyard. Draw a card when it dies. Attack someone with Karazakar. Draw a card. Next turn. Okay, there's Soul Immolation. Okay. So this is 1 black, 1 Wall of Blood. Drain someone for 1. You like pay a bunch of life. You go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Soul Immolation it. Explode all your opponents and their creatures, and then you attack with Karazakar. You don't have to explode Wall of Blood, right? You can just explode like Barrier of Bones, and like with like a copy if you left open a red mana, so you can like dink, copy Barrier of Bones, Surveil 1, Graveyard, and then you can just kill the token Barrier of Bones. But what about Possessed Portal? We're not locking people out of the game. That's not the point of this. We're not locking people out of the game. That's not the point. This is just a pet card that's funny. Okay, so I'm not hating this. Because there is a line here with Imperial Recruiter that I kind of like with the Disciple of Gristlebrand and stuff. I feel like if we live in a world that game where we find the Unhallowed Phalanx, we're feeling awesome. But we just didn't find any of the high toughness objects. And no, a 2-mana 0/7 is not a high toughness object. That's like worth celebrating. I'd keep this. I'm going to say we get 1 gold a turn from the object here. It's bracket 2. We're having fun. It's not deep. We would get another gold here because we attack the player with the curse on it. And then this stays tapped. Okay, that's very interesting to me. So let's surveil 1. Rakdos, Charm to Graveyard. 1, 2, 3. Wall of Blood. Attack the player with the curse on it. So, here you go. Dink, Arena of Glory, Haste. 1, 2, 4 mana. Tree of Perdition with haste. We now go 1, 2, 3, 4. Southwind Avatar. With haste, I guess, because you can split apart how you use the mana. So we'd have one less. Wait, hang on. So we activated Arena Glory for Tree of Perdition. So we'd have to tap one more for Tree of Perdition. But anyway, here's the board. Haste, attack you, and then nothing. We can swap life totals here. Right, so this is huge. And then we'll draw 2 cards this turn. And we also get a gold token. Or not this turn, but next turn, when the attackers come around. And then now you're able to go like Basilisk Gate. 1, 2. Basilisk Gate, Tree of Perdition. It gets +1/+1, right? Or +2/+2. Do we have 2 gates? Nope, we just have 1. So this gets +1/+1. And then you go 1, 2, 3. Sack it to Mirren. We gain like 30 life, whatever the highest life total was. Plus another 30 life or whatever it is. You gain it twice because Southwind Avatar's here. And that's pretty funny. It's sad we don't have like a way to turn that into Drain, but we do have Soul Immolation now. And we have Wall of Blood. And we have the most life, which is a 1/2 punch. So you just pay all your life into here and then go Soul Immolation this. And then you gain all that life back from Southwind Avatar that you just paid into the Wall of Blood to make it huge. That's cool. That's cool. That's working, right, chat? That felt pretty okay. And that was like to turn 8, 9 win. Pretty fragile to removal. I still think Marvin's too strong for this deck, but Marvin turns this into a monster deck, I think. Maybe you run like Kazul's Fury. Right, this is also an outlet to turn Wall of Blood infinite damage to a player and kill them, but you just have it as like a land as well. Okay, I think I'm close to calling this one done. I think instead of Bazooka Bog, Malakir Rebirth has more utility in this list. Graveyard Hate is very important, but this is kind of a combo deck where you can maybe just win over other people's graveyard stuff. So having 2 more combo outlets, because Malakir Rebirth's very nice with the like Disciple of Gristlebrand kind of sack outlet stuff. Like you're able to sack the same creature 2 times in a turn for 3 mana and gain that much life, and then veto kill 2 people instead of 1. That's a reason to be running Malakir Rebirth instead. What do you think about the new Rakdos Smog preview yesterday? I don't like his name. Right? Let's pull this up. Yeah, not Smog the Magnificent. Smaug. Yeah, Smaug the Impenetrable. Not around me, dog. Around me, this guy's getting penetrated. Well, spoiler alert for The Hobbit. You'll never guess what happens to Smog. It's the opposite of his name. That dude gets killed in 20 minutes. Anyway, thank you for the Rakdos Wall deck review. This was a very interesting list. I hope I got it to a spot where you're like, okay, that's a little interesting, you know, a little into it. But I was into this list. There's a lot of fun synergy going on here that I feel like we typically see in Bant or even Abzan, but we don't really see in Rakdos that frequently. So having this toughness matters kind of deck in a Rakdos list is kind of cool. Yeah. So hopefully the drain treats you well. I imagine it will. It felt pretty okay during the playtesting. It definitely felt at the pace of a bracket 2 kind of game. And then if you ever want to bump it up to a 3, you could run Marvin and just do some horrible war crimes with Tree of Perdition. Maybe try to find things with more activated ability synergy would be my only word of advice. That's it. Like, Jaxus is incredible, but maybe add, like, more of these on top, like Orthyron, Hero of Lava Brink. There's worlds where that deck becomes stronger. There's upgrade paths I can see. Is it Orthyron? I thought maybe it's like Ortheon. Yeah, it's Ortheon, my fault. Hero of Lava Brink. Where it has the Jaxus ability, but it also has the create 5 token copies, which is funny with Jaws of Defeat. I don't know if Ortheon's right to run alongside Jaxus. I prefer Jaxus first as a discard outlet, but it's a thought. It's a thought to be had. Anyway, like I said, thank you for getting down.